Hello, hey, let's get started. That was fun. I think that's probably the first time that the intro has went off without a hitch. What do you think?
I don't know if it's the first time, but it's certainly one of the few times.
I am so glad finally we're getting this down. That's the thing. Me and Ivana were talking about that before we started the show. We have kind of been feeling our way through this hangout thing, and we want to bring you guys a good show. We want to bring you what you want and what you like. And so when we first started this show, our idea was to have this random hangout where we just be us and be random because everybody told us when we were together that we were hilarious and kept people laughing and they had so much fun and everybody kept saying, you guys need to do a show. So, so that's what we decided to do. And so we started out random and then we thought, well, maybe we need to have some kind of topic so people know what they're coming for. And so we tried that and you guys didn't really respond to that. So now we're going back to like total randomness. We absolutely, honestly have no idea what we're going to talk about today. We are just
No, it's gonna be fabulous.
That's right. And you're going to get some tips along the way too because we just like to talk shop and that you're laughing your butt off as well. So I see Jamal has joined us. Hello. Thank you for joining us. So we're going to get started because we have no idea what we're going to talk about. But
I know what I want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
You know what this is? Can you see it? Do you know what that is?
That's the tripod thing that holds your iPhone, right?
Yes. And what do you notice about it? It's what? Empty.
Yes. Where's your iPhone?
Well, my iPhone, I still have my regular iPhone, but I have a bone to pick with Verizon. And I have a marketing bone to pick with Verizon. I'm glad you're putting some lipstick on because Lord knows, honey, you need it.
I know. I do.
Oh, my God, you look amazing.
It's a little bit of lipstick. Does the trick.
Is that like your one makeup thing you have to have?
Yes, always. Or you look washed out.
Yeah, well, actually, my one makeup thing is I have to have eyeliner. Must have eyeliner. But anyway, I want to talk about the iPhone.
You have permanent eyeliner.
I do. Hey, so I want to talk about Verizon, and I'm a little peeved about it. You and I have been on Skyping back and forth because, as you guys may know, Verizon is offering what they call a trade-in. And, you know, if you're in the United States, you've seen the commercials, and it's a guy who's trading in his iPhone 5 for a brand new iPhone 6. There's only one problem with that. It is not a trade-in because in my mind, a trade-in is I give you one thing and you give me something else in return. That's what we call a trade.
Exactly.
But it's not a trade. And I have to tell you that this marketing verbiage that they've used has created so much confusion for me because I was like, so do I go to the store? If I give you my iPhone and the new one isn't here, then I'll be without a phone. How does this work? The chat people, although lovely, were really not very helpful. So I did both chat. I called them up on the phone, and I went into the local store. I've been more in the Verizon store asking questions than I have ever for any technical problem. And what it is exactly is really you get
credit is all. You have to pay for the phone up front.
Right.
And then you send your phone in the envelope they provide, and then 2 weeks after you send the phone in, then you get an email with a coupon credit code, and that credit can only be used on your Verizon bill.
Correct.
That's it. So that's not a trade. That's just getting a credit, but you have to come up with the money up front. Yeah.
You get a promotional code is what you get. And so I'm really peeved about the whole thing. there's just a lot of confusion overall. So, what do you say? Thumbs down, Verizon promo fail. Hashtag.
Trade in deception.
Trade in deception. Right? So that's my
Mine is on the way. That's why I keep looking, because I'm hoping UPS will pull up any moment. And I've given even some gig envy.
Hashtag gig envy. Because
I only did it because I was impatient.
Well, I was impatient too, and what's really funny is that I think Rhonda's changing. What you guys may not know about Rhonda, and this is something that she and I sort of share, we are both extreme value shoppers, which is why you guys follow us in the first place. Yes. We are women that go and get the deal on all things marketing, right?
Right.
And
if it's free, it's for me.
Right. But the deal is that I actually have an iPhone 4S, which isn't worth as much money. It's only worth about $200 and the trade-in. And so I am willing to pay. Oh, that's a whole other. That's my bitch about freaking Apple. But we'll get to that.
I have a feeling you're in a witchy mood today.
Well, you know what?
All of the major retailers are going to get ringed a new one by Miss Ivana today.
Miss Ivana today. And it's all because of, let me get to the gig envy, right? I have gig envy because, so here we go, right? So I get $200 for my phone. I'm not going to get a free iPhone because your choices are 16 gigabyte iPhone 6 for $199. I'm sorry, you cannot use a 16 gigabyte iPhone 6 because you can't even put the stupid operating system on it.
And especially if you're in business or you do a lot of apps. I see Kate Bauer is on your side.
I am like, anyway, so now I'm going to bitch about Apple because you cannot do a 16 gigabyte iPhone. I got a 16 gig one for my son, who's only freaking 14, so, and I wanted a 64 one. Actually, I wanted 128, but I just cannot give them $200 more.
I can't make the comment go away. Oh, you got it on yours. You got to make it go away on yours. Okay, there you go. You were showing.
So my point is, I'm really annoyed at them because now I'm annoyed at Apple. So let's hear a boo Apple. But I got it.
Yeah, now I went to the Apple store and I stood in the line, but I gave up very quickly, and they haven't had a lot of them in. So I don't understand why you launch this big product and then don't have them available.
It's a marketing ploy. They just want people to wait.
Yeah. So it's like it takes an act of Congress just to get the freaking new thing. And that's why I went up in gigs, was because that's the only one available, because not everyone is doing it.
Do you know that they make? Do you know that they make a ton of money? They don't want you to buy, and we can talk about that too, right? The whole strategy. If they don't want you to buy the 16 gig.
Right, of course not. That costs less money. Right.
They make $100 in profit for every extra level you go up. So they made $100 on me. They making 150, 200 on you. Okay, Kate, we're gonna have to bring you in just so you can tell us, so we can talk about that. But you know, so I've been like really, really frustrated by these big brands, and I think what they triggered in me. Well, actually, it's going to be my presentation when I go down to Omaha. I'm doing a keynote, and the name of the keynote is The Power of Personalization. And one of the things that I talk about is that since 2008, they say, was the death of trust.
Right.
That we really
keep buying from them, even though we're pissed off. You bought 2 phones from them, right?
I did. I did. You know, and I bought, you know, my son, because we all have a bunch of apps. My whole system is Apple now.
Mine is too, so I have no choice, even if you don't like them. And it's like, I mean, you could get something else, but then it would mean changing everything else that I have as well. And I like Mac products. They perform very well for my business. But see, my beef has been with Time Warner Cable in that I pay for business internet. And I've had internet issues twice this week, which they are slow to repair. And I am running a business. That's why I got business internet, because just having regular internet, you call them up and they act like, oh, man, I'm sorry, you can't check your Facebook today, kind of thing. And I'm like, look, I'm running a business from my home. My internet is my livelihood. So I upgraded and got business internet so that they would take me seriously and treat me like a business, and they still don't. But with that, I have no other choice because there's no other internet that's going to perform in the way that I need. So I don't really have a choice. So we're down on to people, but I'm still excited that my iPhone is coming today. It better come today, or I'm going to have a beef with UPS.
Hey, look, Albert's here. Hey, Albert. Thanks for
Hi,
being
Albert.
So, like, what do we want to get serious about? I know you've got some stuff going on. I did some, let's talk about Phil and Kate.
Oh, yeah. Kate is here watching. Hi, Kate. Thank you for supporting us. We were on their show last night, the Rule Breaker show with her husband host, Phil Boyer. I'm sure you guys know him. Everybody does if you're on Google, if you haven't been on a rock. So I'm still looking for UPS. If you see me like randomly looking over, I'm looking for UPS, because if my phone comes, I'm just going to get up from here politely and go get it. So, but anyway, so we were on Phil's Rule Breaker show last night. It was kind of late for Ivana. She was in her pajamas. You guys go over there and can watch the show. We were giving tips about hiring a VA and taking some workload off of you and taking tasks off of you, so that you could essentially make more money and have time to do more for your business. So that was a lot of fun. Ivana kind of talked about the client side of having a VA, and then I talked about more of the VA side and how having some help, hiring someone, even if it's just to do a few tasks for you, will take stuff off your plate and give you a lot of extra time. So that was a wonderful show. We were very glad that Phil had us on, and we got to share some really good tips too. And Kate said she knew we were going to talk about that today. She must be psychic. We didn't even know we were going to talk about it, so that's awesome. We just decided to bring it up. We have to talk about, hey, what's going on in our lives. And right now, Even is mad at the world. And
well, you know what?
I'm enjoying whatever. I'm just so laid back, and I get pissed off at people. And then, I'm the type of person, I will just like flat cuss you out, and then I'm good. We could be friends again. I'm good.
To get you right back, right? So I would be the what was the woman that did the snip snip to her husband?
Lorena Bobbitt.
Yeah, I think that would be like me, But no, I actually
seek revenge. Okay, so if you hear about anyone who went into a Verizon store with postal on them, it is probably our dear friend Even.
No. Hey, Michael wants to know, why do you have the
Showcase app on? Well, the reason, Michael, I have it on is because if we share some links to some really cool places or websites or whatever, then I want to be able to show it to you guys. But, Michael had this beef. We ought to bring Michael on, because
let's bring him on.
I want to talk about this. Michael, I'm going to call you in. Google doesn't let you see what's going on. I have no idea what that looks like to you guys, and I would love to know what that looks like to you guys, because I didn't think you would see anything that says Showcase. I just wanted to be able to share, like, links to websites or something like that if we were talking about them. So that's why I have the showcase app on.
See, I'm in the
Michael, I'm going to send you the link to come in here because let's talk about that because that's something that's
because we were also going to bitch about applause.
right, exactly, that new applause thing made me crazy. Michael, I put that in a chat to you, the link to get in here, and we can talk about that too.
I want
Yeah,
to
so
know
I'm wondering, I can't look at it right now, but see, yeah, Michael made a post yesterday, I think it was yesterday, on Google Plus about how, we should be able to see somehow what's being broadcast out as you're hosting your Google Hangout. So you know what it looks like, because I have no idea what this showcase looks like. I don't know. So I don't know what you guys are seeing, what it looks like to you. But yeah, Michael's at work, so he's gonna he's got to play a little hooky and sneak in here with us. We'll try not to get him fired.
Yeah, let's not get him fired. That would not be cool.
Michael is the game show guru. I play games with him. He hosts all those game show hangouts like Plus Word and Try to Guess, and it's a lot of fun.
I watch you on Plus Word. You need me to be whispering in your ear on that Plus Word.
No, that's cheating. It doesn't matter. It's all fun. Hi, Michael.
Hello.
Hey, so what does it look like, that showcase?
See, the problem is that you can't really use the event to its full potential because it opens up in its own window. And it's very frustrating. So now you have to have two windows open just to be able to comment in the events and then see the showcase as well. So
Okay, so see, that's what the applause is doing.
Oh,
which exactly
is doing the exact same thing. So I didn't realize that the showcase would. The only reason I did it was because I wanted to be able to share links. Like, we'll share links to different resources and things that people can go to help run their business. And I wanted to be able to share those links, and then those links still show on the recording when people rewatch, because as you know, as a Google Hangout host, you get more people in the rewatch as well, and we want them to be able to click and get to those links too. So Google really needs to do something about the applause in the showcase app so that it's not so frustrating, and people can keep engaging with this, because that's the whole point. We want people to engage with this as well.
We lost Sheila Hensley, who is our friend, and Cheryl's is super crazy, so sad. But this is why you come here, to kind of let the craziness go. Let it go.
Okay, so Sheila said she's going to catch the replay because of the showcase app. Yeah. So, all right, Google, we just lost someone. We are hunting you down.
well, and they just need something that'll tie it all in together. If there's a way to be able to involve their event, make it a true event where you can still leave comments right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to push anything else, but you know how I feel about Business Hangouts. You can do all that.
Right.
I can put a link to whatever I want. I can comment and have video all in one little room, little area, and that's why we use that all the time now, just for that exact reason. I can throw up in the upper right quadrant. They have this thing in the upper right quadrant with the four little boxes, and you can put links and visual aids and things in there to actual websites and stuff like that. So that's why we've been doing.
Yeah,
I've been doing that kind of thing. But so that's one way of tying it in too. That I think that they've really captured a lot of that. So
yeah, the Business Hangouts is great. And see, I have Showcase, so we can share your Business Hangout link.
Are you Business Hangout guy?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you Business Hangout guy?
I am not the guy, but I am very much affiliated with them. I help them out a whole bunch. I've actually worked for them a little while too, helping them consulting and things like that.
Now,
I know a lot about it.
Do you do the game show Hangout through Business Hangouts or not?
No, I do not, and the only reason that I don't do it is because I don't really have a website for the game
Okay.
show, and you know what I'm saying? It's great to deposit it there and have your traffic coming to your website. So Business
Hmm.
Hangouts is a great, great tool for that. So I don't really do it for that one. Who knows? I may go to that just because I love the fact of you have the video on the left and the comments right there, so you can always watch the video, even with a Google event. You
Right.
lose if you go down and check comments down below, you lose the video, so it takes away from that. Where I always have the video right there, which is a great thing, I think, especially for engagement that you're getting from outside. Just my
Right,
2 cents.
exactly. And you have a wonderful friend named Rhonda Wall who could set up a simple website for you for your game show.
There you go. There you go.
So, yeah, I mean, really, it wouldn't have to be that fancy
Oh, I got to share something with you. I
if
got
you
to
had
share.
like a simple website, you could put it on there. So that might be what we do. That might be we move our show. That's not UPS. I'm waiting on my Apple iPhone. Um, we move our show and start doing it through Business Hangouts because it's really it's really intriguing. I've used it a little. Yeah.
Do you see my picture?
Yes.
Always be closing, baby.
That's right. Hey, it's my show. If I want to plug my services, I'll plug my services, okay? All right, yeah. But like the post that you gave yesterday, what were you wanting to see while you were broadcasting?
One of the frustrations, and I don't have to get that unless they tell me I have to get that, but you'll hear a ringing in the background of our
Okay, we're
phone. But
trying not
anyway,
to get fired while you're at work.
and that's okay. That'd be good. I'd give me a couple days off anyway. So while I'm
I
looking
have
for
some
something else.
openings. You can come.
Okay. Okay. No, one of the big issues I think, especially when you're a host and you have a co-host and things like that. Let's say, for example, I pin you, and I'm in here and I pin you, and then I decide to do a screen share. Well, if I forgot that I pinned you, and I do a full page screen share, I don't see that hangout. So I'm getting all these comments, and I don't even know it unless somebody in there says, hey, you're getting comments that I'm pinned and you're not seeing your demo. And they tell me that 30 seconds later or 40 seconds, whatever the delay is.
Mm-hmm.
So my request, what I asked for, is down in the bottom left. There's enough space for 11th little film strip.
Right.
Put the live video, absolutely what is going live. So everyone in here, you as participants and me as the host,
Mm-hmm.
can all see a live video. It could be black and white. It doesn't have to be that graphic, just to let us know what is actually being shown to the public. So that way, if you're in here as my guest and I go to full screen share, let's take that same scenario. I go to full screen scenario and I can't see anything. You as a guest inside can say, hey, Michael, you still have this before it gets to them. It's
Right.
just a quicker
Exactly.
response, and it'll
Yeah,
say,
I had that problem too because I showed a video that I did and I put it in full screen and everyone out there could hear it, but on the video it was black. Nobody could see anything, but I had no idea until the very end, and then even it was like, oh, I heard you, but we couldn't see you, and I'm like, are you
exactly,
kidding?
exactly.
But
That's
I
exactly
had
what
no
it.
idea because I could see it on my side.
Yep. And see, that's all I was asking for. And one thing, and I'll just say it again, Business Hangouts actually has this functionality. You can go into presentation mode and force everyone to see. So whatever they see on video, they can tell you right away inside your guest inside as participants. So they've already accomplished. So I know it's possible. That's the thing. I just
Right.
think it would help a lot of hosts and people. And
So,
plus, it's nice for the as a participant inside to be able to see that little video. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so is Business Hangouts a replacement for like a GoToMeeting webinar type of a platform?
I would say yes, absolutely. That's basically the way it was designed. It sounds real scary, Business Hangouts, but I'm going to tell you what, there's a lot of intricate and little buttons and tools and things that you can do, and it's great. You don't have to learn all that, though. You can do the basic stuff. And there is a learning curve, but like anything, any good tool, you're going to have that. But yes, absolutely, it's a great thing to replace some of those other webinars, and more reasonably priced as well.
Yeah, and it's not hard to use. I've been using it a little. and I've had some clients who are actually using it. I have one that Michael actually helped get some stuff set up, that we're doing a full launch through there because we wanted to do a series of hangouts, and instead of having people come to different links for each hangout series, we put the full series in that one business hangout, and they get the full series without having to create separate events for it. So that was a really good reason to have it. I'm going to put the link for this is Michael's affiliate link for Business Hangouts. I'm putting it in Showcase because, I mean, crap, why not? I've already mistakenly used it, so I might as well just use it for the show. But we won't use it again because I don't want to deter people from chatting with us, because that's one of the great things about our show is having that engagement. We love to engage with you guys. So I don't want you frustrated. I know how it is, because when the applause was on for even a show, I was so frustrated with having to go back and forth with different things, and I wanted to chat, so I know how frustrating that is, and I didn't realize that it would do that, or I wouldn't have turned it on.
Yeah,
So,
and I had the issue where I guess with the applause, you have to turn it on at a turn it off at a specific point, right, when you create the hangout. Because I thought it was, oh, it's on by default, so make sure that before you launch your hangout that it's shut off. And I thought I did that.
right.
And it was still on. So
Right.
Exactly. And one thing, just so you know, for your own information, if you do happen to go in and you have the Applause app on, and you'll know because it has the little bar down there where you can say thumbs up and thumbs down, you can, before you go live, you can get everyone get out, and then come back, let the host come back in, and then invite everybody else in again. And go and turn it off is what I'm saying from the event. You know, actually, you know, that's interesting you say that, because I used to do this through a SHU. We call it a SHU, a scheduled hangout on air event, where what you've done here. That's the only way you can get those apps: the question and answer, the showcase, and the applause. I quit doing them on the game show ones because I'm afraid to hit that button or forget to hit that button or whatever.
Right.
So I do a traditional event. Go create a YouTube live event video and then put that link in the event, and that way I never ever have to worry about it. And so that's my process now. So every game show I've done lately is doing it that way.
Hey, speaking of game shows, Kate has a really good idea. Kate Bauer is Bill Bauer's wife. You may know her. She said she's seen one of your game shows and you should do a husband-wife team. I have to agree. I always wanted to be on the Newlywed Game, so it would be totally awesome if you did, like, I mean, we've been married for a while, but you could still do kind of an oldly-wed game, maybe.
I love it. Why not? I mean, it's fantastic. It's so much fun. It's just a good release, and we do it on Friday night and Sunday nights at 10 o'clock p.m. So it's a good release for the weekend and getting ready started for the week. So I love ideas like that. I'm always taking them, and that's something very easily that we could do. We've actually had a husband and wife team on Plusword, the game that you've played with us a couple of times. We've actually Leela, it was her birthday, and her husband sent me an email and said, "Hey, you should mention her." I said, "Better yet, let's have you guys on." So we had them on as a husband and wife team. It was really, really a blast. So maybe I need to do that. Have like a 3-team thing of just husband and wife.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be awesome.
That would be totally fun.
Yeah.
My husband would totally do it. So
There you go.
if we could get Bill and Kate to do it, and I'm sure we could find another husband-wife team that would do it. That would be awesome.
I bet you Cheryl Deuce and Dennis would do it too.
Yeah, Cheryl, she said she came in and said hello to us, so she was checking in. Has a crazy day, but thanks for being with us, Cheryl. She's awesome.
Michael,
that would be great. So get on that, Michael. Put that together.
I have a quick question for Michael before we go on to something else. How did you get the idea for Plusword? I absolutely love the idea of playing games online. Talk about the moment where that really happened for you.
Okay, you have to understand, I have a closet downstairs with 136 games in it. I'm a huge game player. I love games. I play chess. I've played any game I've played forever. So I'm truly a game person. So, and we used to have game night every Saturday night with neighborhoods and friends and stuff from my kids' baseball team and stuff like that. So we did that forever. So we started doing it in a Hangouts. We started getting in Hangouts over in the user-to-user community where we help people. we started to get to know some of these people, and they came very familiar with us. And also in Ronnie Benser's mastery group, some of those people, we all got to know each other, and so we just started hanging out. And so Friday nights was like, okay, so we just started doing hangouts with games. I said, what about like password? Remember password? We can just pass a word. It's real simple. There's not a lot of details. Don't need to bring much up on screen. We could just do it. So that's how it got started. We just started playing, and then everybody's Scott Scowcroft. I got to throw kudos out to him. He said to me, he says, you know what? You need to publicize this. And they talked me into it. I really didn't want to, but they talked me into it, and we have had a blast. Yes, Rhonda. Rhonda's been on a couple times. Sometimes.
Yeah, I love it. I was on twice last week, which was awesome, and then I've been on before. And anytime Michael asks me if I want to play, I'm like, duh, of course. I'm like a game show geek. I used to watch like the Game Show Network. I watch that stuff all the time. I love game shows, and my family won't play with me. So it's really nice to have these group of people, and I found it by accident. I think maybe Scott might have invited me to one.
Maybe.
I met him on another hangout. And so then I came in, and I'm like, okay, I'll check this out. It's kind of weird. They're playing games on Hangout, but that's really cool. So I came in, and I watched it, and it's like this big family of people that just love game shows, and even the audience plays along.
Yep.
And it's just, it was amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I could do this like every single day. It's so much fun.
Well, that's how it came to fruition anyway. But the biggest thing is that I don't deny anybody. If somebody wants to come on, I'm like, absolutely, come on. I mean, there's no, and if I decide, hey, look, it's Labor Day weekend, I'm not going to do any, I can not do any, But
Right.
everybody always gives me a hard time. Like, dude, I'm off this weekend. This would have been perfect. And so that's usually the discussion. But we're so. I mean, I don't care if you're a superstar or whoever you are. I mean, I'm going to ask you, and if you want to come, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Or if you're brand new, I'll have you in. It doesn't matter to me. I think that's one of the things that I like about Hangouts and why that's so addictive almost.
It is, because we were talking about that one day after the show, because we do kind of an after party after this hangout. We all sit in there for hours sometimes and just shoot the breeze about whatever, and kind of like our show even. But it's like it's engaging, and you on Google Hangouts and Google Plus, you meet people that you would have never met any other way, that you wouldn't have met on Facebook or on Twitter, or even maybe even at a conference or anything. Because a lot of times, these are people that maybe you don't even do the same things or in the same industries or whatever, but they're really good connections to have, some for business, some are just really good friendships to have. And I found that like 3 people that are in there from North Carolina, and we're talking about like doing a whole meetup in person and all of that just to meet. So it's like amazing that you can really engage on Google Plus and Hangouts with people in a way that you can't do on any other platform. And it's just so amazing. I mean, I would have probably never met Michael any other way. And met all these other people who are game show enthusiasts and love to do that. And that's what we have in common. But then Michael has also, in turn, helped me out in introducing me to like Business Hangouts, which I can use. And I mean, it's just been really great relationships that you never would have thought about before. Or can be really helpful for your business, or just cool people to hang out with.
Awesome! That was so much fun. Woo! And we learned something.
I know. I appreciate you coming in with us. I know you're at work, but when you mentioned that, I was like, you know what? We need to talk about that, because I didn't realize that Showcase was going to do that. But yeah, I think we need to put in those requests to Google as host and let them know what we want and what's going to support us. And we also need to check out the Business Hangouts. So since I have Showcase up, I do have the link there. Check out the Business Hangouts. It is really cool. I've played with it. And I think maybe we might try it for our next show next week. So we'll see how that goes, because I've been in there playing with it, and it's not really that hard to figure out. If you know other platforms like Webinar Jam and Instant Teleseminar, and a lot of the other ones. If you use those, Business Hangout is going to be easy for you to use. If you've never used any, they do have some really good videos on there to show you how to get started and all that kind of stuff too. And I think they have a community too to help you, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, and just let me know too. I'll be glad to help people out. I really know it inside and out, and I use it all the time, and I'm in constant contact with the people that make it. So.
Oh, that's really.
Yeah, I may be ringing you up. Help, Michael, if we do it for our next.
No, no problem.
I tried it probably when it first came out or something, and then I got lost, and it was like before I was really into Hangouts, so it was that weird in-between time.
Absolutely.
Right.
Ray Mason. Yeah, I ran into another tool.
Sorry.
Yeah, I ran into another tool that my friend Sean Miller told me about. It's called Run-Click Webinar. It's also based on Hangouts, but it's more, it runs through a plugin, and it's there to replace Stealth Seminar.
Oh, okay.
And those kinds of things. So I'm really thinking about probably, as much as I love Stealth, I don't use them. I only use them once or twice a year, so I may just kind of bring it up on an as-needed basis. But for stuff like, I'm doing Hangouts all the time, so I really want to get some new tools. And I would say Business Hangouts and Run-Click Webinars. That's runclick.com, I think it is. And it's run if you want to. What's that?
All right. So that's we're getting to the end of our show. We want to thank our random guest, Michael, for coming in randomly. And,
thank you so much. I appreciate that. That was really, really kind of you. I mean, that was really nice of you. And one last thing, and then I'll leave whatever, leave you alone or whatever.
No, we won't. We always run over.
Inside the Hangout, if you're ever inside the Hangout, down in the bottom left, there's a little question mark, and you can click on that, and you can leave feedback. So anytime you want to add a feature, leave that feedback that way. Or if you're on Google+, if you hit the @ sign, which is Shift-2 on most PC keyboards and stuff like that, while you're in Google+, you can leave feedback anytime whenever you're in there. So if you have a good idea, I know I've been pushing this other one with the video in the bottom corner. That's the way to leave feedback, because they listen. If enough people talk, people will listen. So that's the only thing that I'm going to add, and then I'll leave you guys alone. So, and thank you very much. I appreciate you guys bringing me in. That was nice of you.
So, Kate, you need to let Phil know to leave that feedback, too, because I know that will probably help him. That stuff probably frustrates him as well doing his show. So, yeah, we're going to leave some feedback for Google. Hopefully they'll listen to us, because we want to bring you guys a good show, too. And we want you to have a good audience experience. And if some of these new things that they're bringing in is going to hinder your experience while watching the show, then we don't want to use them. So we do want to make sure you have a good experience. So I'm definitely going to send feedback to Google as soon as we get off this call. Ivana, you have anything to add?
Let's see. I added my couple tips. I think I might save them for the next random.
Okay. Well, hold on to your random stuff then. All right, guys, we've enjoyed this show. I'm so glad we went back to random, because I just love random calling people up and having an awesome conversation. Thank you, Michael, for letting us bug you at work. Have a great day, and we'll see you. Catch Michael's game shows on Friday nights and Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Look for Plus Michael Daniels, and you'll see the game shows there. So join a game show. You might see me. I'll be in the audience for sure.
I'll be sleeping.
Yeah, she'll be sleeping. She's a morning person. It's too late for her. She has to watch the replay. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Michael. We'll see you guys later.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not ready. No.
You got to do our outro. We'll see you on a different random day at a different random time. Let's play the outro. That's the intro. Okay.
That was fun.
It was.
You're supposed to say yep. It's awesome to have Michael with us. Woohoo!
Yay! Game show guru.